These are the three X-Pods from the Series 2. I think the other two that I reviewed were kind of like Series 1 from my memory. I'm only missing one other one. Each set is like 4, so I'm missing the other two for the other two that I reviewed, but I have 3 here, so I'm not going to be able to do one other combination model, but this was kind of interesting too because it has different colors instead of like the plain ones, instead of using transparent color, it's neon and trans orange and trans dark purple, I think. Seems like they up the piecage just a bit. They have different color schemes, like instead of the ones from the series before, these ones are a bit different. Like the other one, there was red, green, yellow, and blue, but now there's purple, orange, green, and blue. So they got rid of the yellow for purple. These ones are different. That has some of the packaging on the front there. So it gives you the 4 instructions, 3 ideas. And it's like a dragon there for the main model, it seems like, and then same with there. So I'm not going to be able to combine those two. And I'm going to be able to do this one. But these ones are from 2005, and yeah. This one is a monster pod, that's how it is, and then this arachnopod. This one is a dragon pod. So let's start off with the green one. These were called X-Pods, and they had these pods that you could put pieces in it, and you could actually put it on a belt and just carry around with you and have pieces with you too. I guess just fit around with. But they show the other ones that they have there, and it was kind of like Creator 3-in-1. Before Creator 3-in-1, they had more of like these designer sets where you could, just like the instructions there, they show many different builds. Like there was like so many build combinations that they offered to show how it's built in the instructions and stuff. It was way more than 3-in-1. And then eventually they came out with 3-in-1, because it's a lot more easier just to make 3 builds instead of like, I don't know, 50, There's some sets like this line set that I reviewed has so many builds that they showed that you could build with it instead of like 3-in-1. But what these X-Pods were like those designer sets, but a spin-off off of them because they're branded under X-Pods. But if they weren't, it would definitely be under designer sets. Opening these up, cutting the tape, like it got glitter, kind of like, that's how old the plastic tape was. Like it was just kind of disintegrating. Like now it's over. But I'm sure it's gonna be the same. So the cardboard thing. Oh, X-Pod playoff. Those are the other designer sets. I like those robot ones. Those are pretty neat. It's kind of like early mechs, kind of. Here's that. Other stuff like that. And then just that other cardboard insert. Purple one. It's like purple theming to it. Just that. Oh, there's a bit of line. If there's anything that reminds me of Mixels with these, it's this one. And then this orange one. There's not a lot of orange to begin with in this set. It's more of a black and dark bluish gray. So this piece, in the center, you actually can put a reverse stud in it. There's these studs here. You can see them just sticking out on the side there. You can't fit any studs on it. It's not like, you can't, like it feels like one, but it feels like it's for the molding, the injections. And some of the models that I didn't point out the first time. So they show the ones that you can build in instructions. There is some that they show that you can also build, which these ones are actually pretty cool. Man, they have such Mixel vibes though. Really just a predecessor to Mixels. I wonder if the designer that made any of these worked on Mixels. You can see how some of those worked. And then that's just the one that they showed there. And then that's just the combination model. And the last page that they show there, which is just all the models that can be built in the instructions, it seems like. And the designer sets. The red one. And then you have these side models that you could build, but they don't provide the instructions to it. Some of these are actually better than one of the models that they have that you could build instructions out of. Like the Hermit Crab one is really cool, but it makes sense that they didn't provide instructions to it because there's no other model uses that piece for the shell for any other model. And the combination model there. And that there. And the green one. Here's those. Pretty neat. Like that one. That's pretty neat. There's that. Just image of it. Here's that dope model. And the end page. And then the pieces for the red one. The red one is a little inconsistent with their theming. There's a lot of darker colors like the bluish grays, and there's a lot more Technic pieces within the second wave of these X-Pods. There's like an exclusive piece there, like I'm sure to this set. A lot of these dark purple pieces are exclusive to that set. And the green one also has some quite exclusive pieces in some of those colors in that green set there, like those hinges and some of those Technic pieces. this is a little short mention, but I realized with this clip piece, because of the softer plastic, because, you know, the clip has to go in and out, you know, with clutch power and that, the piece is a little lighter than the regular lime color because of the softer plastic material that they have for that piece. And then this is the first build. This one is a bit wonky. It's not that good. Like, the wings are very, you know, like they sag down, you know, with gravity, and they move side to side too. I mean, you could do like a flapping motion, I guess, I don't know. But got these legs on the side, which is pretty clever. But the legs keep it from sagging all the way down, you know? So it's important to have these out to prevent that. Then you got the tail and the head. This is the second model, and it's a snake, obviously, but it's a really strange one. It has like fangs coming out of it. So this is the third model using the X-Pod parts. Because of the Technic pieces, you can do a whole bunch of other stuff, such as this. I launched a little catapult. Show they were launching the other pieces, so like that piece there. Now this is when the combination models get good. Using all the pieces like these pins, including the Technic pieces, they're able to use the axle hold that is on these X-Pods. So they're able to use these as wheels, and with this goofy little face. And because of the ratcheting joints, you can customize it all you want, you know? So you can have it like that. He has like a jaw there, and this big tail. You could put stuff in the wheels, you know, and have it like so it rattles whenever he moves. But the only thing is that his bottom jaw is the only thing preventing him from sagging all the way down, you know? It almost did not fit in there, but it managed to fit in there the first build. And then this is the first model. I think it's probably going to be a spider. I mean, it's 8-legged. It's very flappy. And then I got the back part of the spider. So this is the second build, the scorpion. Then it has this little stinger that's being portrayed up there, and these really goofy little legs. This is the third model. This one is more clever because it uses those pieces for that, which is clever. It's not something I see often. You take that piece there and then, oh, I actually almost got it in there. And then the combiner model is this little goblin guy. I don't have the blue one, the last one I needed, but that's what it looks like when it's done. And the first model. Now this has Mixel all over it. It's kind of odd how they didn't use the last piece to just put it over him, but it's pretty neat. It has such Mixel vibes, though. You can use his tail to have his mouth go up and down. Like, so Mixel related. Like, it's so funny. And then you got the second model, which the second model kind of reminds me of like one of these flightless birds, like a dodo or a kiwi, but kind of oddly resembles it, though. It has like fangs on the front of it, almost like a vampire. So this is the launcher a bit with the X-Pod for this one. This one is more clever, because it's like a little monster guy, or a little Mixel guy kind of thing. But you kind of just launch a piece from extra pieces that you have. Yeah, and this is the combination model to the two sets here. It's kind of a interesting little figure guy. But he looks like that with pieces inside of him. And it's just, yeah, he's using one of these X-Pods as a shield, which is really neat. Interesting stuff. I like the technique that they did there with putting that through the axle hole piece. Pretty much it there. Imagine this on your belt.